Do you ever have a hard time making a decision when there are so many choices in front of you? Like, I'm here today and I don't know if I want the chicken or the steak or the fish. But one thing that always helps is when my server or the restaurant helps focus my attention on the special of the day. And usually my attention suddenly focuses on fewer choices, and now I give greater consideration to what they've asked me to consider. Well, in this session, we're going to be talking about resumes. And we want to give you strategies to help you make yourself the special of the day. And in today's job market, it's essential that you have a resume that can get noticed in 15 seconds. In today's crowded job market, it's important for you to have a resume that stands out above the crowd. We want to help you capture the attention of that hiring manager and that recruiter, making you have an advantage over all the other people that they might be considering. In this session, our founder, Gary Hansen, is going to use his 24 years of experience as an HR director and as a recruiter, and he's going to give us insight into what a recruiter is looking for. There are a few things that you can do to get noticed and have an advantage in your job search. We encourage you to get your resume out, take notes during this session, and start making the adjustments you need to have a resume that captures the reader's attention.
Good morning. I'm excited to talk to you this morning about resumes, that great mystery out there. If I can just get my resume right, I know I can land a job. Well, you're half right. We're going to help you figure out your resume today. We're going to help you figure out how do I go about writing a resume that gets noticed. And so let's talk about the philosophy of resumes. I've talked to lots of people over the years that have said, I like to tell my life story. And so the longer the better. Well, let me turn that around and give you the inside from an HR perspective. I've been looking at resumes for almost 25 years. I've looked at thousands and thousands of them. I've looked at over 100 in one day. You need to understand what's the secret to a resume. There's just one, and that's for you to get noticed by the reader. Now, you may envision an HR professional sitting in their office, and they're looking at this group of resumes, and they're sitting there, and they're going to take 5 or 10 minutes looking at your resume. I'm sorry, that's not the case. Let me pull back the curtains a little bit. I read about 50 resumes an hour. I speed read resumes. That means I'm going to give most of the people in that stack of 50 15 seconds. You have 15 seconds to grab my attention. If I find something in that 15 seconds that interests me, I'll keep reading. If I don't, I'm done and you're done. And I'm moving on to the next one. I'm not going to read your entire resume. In fact, I'm not even going to read the entire front page. And so these people that send me resumes that are 3 or 4 pages long, I hardly ever look at the 3rd or 4th page. It's lost in eternity. So understand, the purpose of a resume is not to get you a job. It's to get you an interview. The interview is really what's going to get you the job. And so 15 to 30 seconds, you've got to grab my attention. You've got to tell me something that's going to grab my attention and say, this is what I'm looking for in the candidate for this job. I'm going to keep reading.